Our final point of discussion would be amendments relevant for your July exams, along with a few provisions of salary which we haven't yet taken. So first is salary. We'll first learn the details with an example. So Mr. Hardik, 45 years. So what are all here should be taken into consideration is that for various points of consideration, he is not a senior citizen. Next is appointed as a senior executive on 1 to 2019 for a scale of 35,000 reserve, which means 35,000 is his starting salary during his appointment, and every year of his service there will be an increment of 3,500, max limited to 65,000. He is paid a dearness allowance at 40% of the salary forming part of retirement benefits. So here it is advisable that first you calculate the salary for the previous year 1920. Since this is a salary based questions, all the following questions or all the following details given will be based on a salary calculation. So how will we go with that? 35,000 since he is appointed in Feb 2019 till Feb 2020 or as on 30 till 31 1 2020, his salary will be 35,000. So in the year for balance 2 months it will be 35,000 plus 3,500, which is 38,500. Then 40% of DA should be calculated on that amount. Next is he is given a rent-free unfurnished accommodation on 1/5/2019, which he occupied only from 1/10/2019. So just to confuse, there are two dates given here which should be taken into consideration. Only the occupancy matters. So only from the date of occupancy we'll have to take into calculation. So even if you see for HRA, there are two types of calculation available. One where you are paid an HRA amount, house rent allowance amount. The other is giving a rent-free accommodation. And the company either owning it or the company paying an amount of lease to the owner of the building. So one more detail to be remembered is that this place is Mumbai, like his office is situated in Mumbai. Now, coming back to her rent-free accommodation, if you are given MCQ based on this question, the question can be either ways. One is the amount taxable or the amount of perquisite taxable or amount exempted. So you will have to be careful about all these allowance questions. Whether say HRA, there is an HRA detail given. He can either ask you what is the HRA amount taxable in his hands or what is the amount of HRA which is exempted. So be careful about the use of words in the questions. So here it is either 15% on salary. So based on the above, we'll calculate 35,000 for from October means October, November, December, Jan. So 4 months you'll have to calculate 35,000 plus 38,500 for 2 months plus DA should form part of your calculation for this computation. So plus DA at 40%. So on total, we'll have to compute 15%. That or 5,000 into 6, whichever is lower. So 60,000 will be lower in this case. So HRA or rent-free accommodation to be considered in this point of view is 60,000. Since it's only for half year, it will be 5,000 into 6, so 30,000 will be taxable. Next, again, as mentioned, it's only taxable from his occupancy date and not from the date the rent-free accommodation was taken. Next is he has been provided a car of 2000 cc capacity, which is used. This again, you will have to see. The most important point here is whether it is wholly for office purpose. So if it's wholly for office purpose, it's not a perquisite at all. If it is totally, the car is owned by the employer and the expenses are also borne by the employer. However, here it is private purpose only. So, which means the entire amount should be calculated at actual expenditure, but plus normal wear and tear. So here the actual expenditure is 5,000 per month, which will be 5,000 into 12, 60,000 plus 8 lakhs, you'll have to calculate 10%. So on actual cost, we'll compute 10%. So 80,000 plus 60,000, 1,40,000 will be his perquisite. Next is he pays a lump sum premium of 1,50,000 towards health insurance for self and his wife for 48 months. So even if it is a lump sum payment upfront of 1,50,000, he is eligible only for 25,000 this year, being a non-senior citizen. Considering the major amendments under the head salary, we'll have to consider about a rebate. Having calculating salary for individuals, your concentration should be on rebate under section 87A. So up to 5 lakhs, 12,500 is available. Next is surcharge. Now there are 5 heads of 5 slabs for surcharge that should be considered. And remember, us this having this discussion about surcharge in capital gains, where there is an exception available for short-term capital gain under section 111A and long-term capital gain under section 112A. Then slab rate should be remembered. One salary specific change is that now the standard deduction is available for 50,000. So after having calculated all the perquisites taxable and the salary and TEA, after arriving at the gross total income or total income after considering all the chapter 6A available, in this case PPF and ATD, ATC and ATD available, you will arrive at total income, on which you will calculate as per normal slab rates. And now before that, you have a standard deduction available at 50,000 under section 16 itself. So that 15,000 is now available across all the employees. Just that medical and transport allowance will not be available anymore. So as mentioned to you before, amendments till October 2019 will be applicable for your exams. So based on the first chapter, basic concepts, these 8 pages of RTP, or there is a separate 8 pages available for your changes or amendments to applicable to your exams. So the first concept, the basic concept, as mentioned before, this is nothing but the different surcharges available now and applicability on the specific capital gains. And now the unit 3, where it deals with PGBP, please be aware of these rates of depreciation allowable at WDV percentage. You will get these question in the total income computation or as a depreciation separate question, but this will appear in your exams for sure, because since this is an amendment which can form part in your question in the total income itself, this is sure to come in your exams. Next is capital gain. We are aware that every year cost inflation index will be provided. So the base year being 2001-2 from last couple of years, so that will be 100, and for the current year 289. Just remember, for the current year alone, you need not stress about this table. All the applicable CIIs will be given in your exams. Next is in the advanced tax and TDS part, where we have already seen this amendment regarding 194N for withdrawal of cash. So up to August 2019, if there is since this is applicable or this is with effect only from 1/9/2019, if the person has already withdrawn 1 crore or more in cash up to 31st August, from the very first withdrawal from the September, the TDS should be deducted at 2% by the banking company. So this was answered excellently by few people, where no tax is to be required under certain categories, for certain categories of people. So this was also already, this is just a recap of what was already dealt in that specific chapter. The final thing is that manner of allotment to a PAN. So provisions of filing return of income. Again, now since only changes up to October is available for you. Here the date extended up to 31st December is appearing here. However, this has been further extended after your date. So you need not worry about that. Only amendments up to 30, that is October is applicable. So as of October, the due date for Aadhaar number intimation against each PAN was extended till 31st December 2019. It was great interacting with you for past couple weeks, and I hope it was useful for your exams also. Just remember the formats and whatever is applicable. Confine your studies only to the book which you have been following for all this time. Don't keep switching books at the last minute of your exams. Do well, do present it well. So all of you now know the answers for all the questions. Just go with that confidence. It's not that we are not sure of the answer or we don't know the provisions. We do know the provisions. We are here to present to the examiner that we are what we all deserve to be CAs and we all deserve to know get a good mark. So just show that in your answer sheet. All the best for your exams. Do reach out if you have any other doubts or questions. Thank you.